So Trump is absolutely losing it today, and basically he wants to attack more countries, and he gets really upset if you don't support him in that. And let me give you guys the latest, as there's a lot going on right now. These are the headlines. Trump 79 explodes a GOP senator in profanity-filled call, right? So he's calling out people and swearing, and I'm like, why can't we bomb more countries? I want to bomb more countries. And this is actually the headline from the Wall Street Journal then. Angry Trump called GOP defectors after war powers vote, right? So he's angry at Republicans for not going with them to attack more countries. He calls up Senator Collins. Trump dials Collins with, quote, profanity-laced rant over Venezuela War Powers Act. And it's not just her. He's calling up Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, Senator Susan Collins of Maine, which we talked about, Senator Josh Hawley, Missouri, Senator Lisa Murkowski, Alaska, Senator Todd Young of Indiana, and just be like, oh, why don't you support me? I want to bomb more places, and you just might hate the military or whatever, right? So they tweet out this stuff from the White House just a few hours ago. Operation Absolute Resolve was a strong display of the greatest military anywhere in the world, and it's just ridiculous. I don't know how to say it. They just tweet out a bunch of American flags and say, okay, let's go bomb everyone. Awesome, right? And then if you don't go vote with him, this is an interesting one, you have to come up with some sort of excuse. So he calls up Senator Daines of Montana. Why didn't you show up to the vote? And Daines said, well, because I was celebrating my anniversary. Oh, okay. Well, next time vote for me. Oh, okay. And then they're supposedly close allies now. This whole thing is absolutely nuts. It's a reality TV show with nuclear codes. That's basically what it is. This is coming from multiple sources, right? The profanity-laced call against Collins. And this is how you describe these phone calls. Quote, he called her and then basically read her the Riot Act. So I guess we're going to claim that everyone's out rioting, and therefore, you got to declare martial law or whatever, or put these people under some sort of penalty. I guess it was out of the blue. And this is the quote here. He was very mad about the vote. Very mad. Very hot. And then Collins did confirm the call, but didn't give details. Wouldn't be shocked if this is what's going on. And unfortunately, this is putting a lot of people's lives in danger. This is actually the news right now, just a few hours ago. The U.S. urges its citizens to flee Venezuela amid reports of paramilitaries, right? So coming from the State Department, they're basically saying if you're American in Venezuela, get out. State Department says armed collectivos appear to be setting up roadblocks and searching vehicles for Americans. And we talked about this just a couple of days ago, coming from Financial Times and other sources saying that these kind of things were happening. This is officially from the State Department saying if you're American, get out. And it's just, this is what's going on. I don't say it other than I'll just tell you. The Department of State, this is on their website. If you go there now, you'll see this. Security alert, Venezuela, January 10, 2026. Do not travel to Venezuela. Depart immediately. And these are the concerns. Venezuela has the highest travel advisory level 4, due to severe risk to Americans, including wrongful detention, torture and detention, terrorism, kidnapping, arbitrary enforcement of local laws, crime, civil unrest, and poor health infrastructure. But basically, they're telling you to get out. In this kind of situation, if you're in the country, my advice to anyone in this kind of situation, just get safe, make sure that you're safe. And I think, in my opinion, that they're setting us up for some sort of hostage situation, something like that. It sounds similar to where, like, you guys remember maybe in Iran, I think we had a hostage situation there, and then Trump will go, oh, they took our people, we got to go bomb them or whatever. I mean, this whole thing is it's just crazy. It's just putting people's lives in danger, and we're spending all this money to do this stuff. And then when you check over at Fox News, these are their headlines today. They're basically banging the war drums. And they got a picture of Rubio, Netanyahu here. This was their top story. I just looked. Rubio, Netanyahu discuss U.S. action as Iran threatens, quote, legitimate targets. Whatever that means. So basically now, if Trump can't bomb Venezuela, well, how about this? How about we go bomb Iran? And you have to put this in context. We just bombed Syria. Like, this was just yesterday, basically. Bombing Syria, I think it was like 90 bombs or something like that. Yes, we're dropping, and it was like they said over three. I think it was over 3 dozen targets, something like that. Like, it's like really a lot. So we're attacking Syria, and now we want to bomb Iran. Trump is briefed on options for striking Iran as protests continue. So there's civil unrest there, and then I guess to quell that, we're going to just start bombing things. President Trump has been briefed in recent days on new options for military strikes in Iran as he considers following through on his threat to attack the country for cracking down on protesters. So again, we're attacking Iran. Trump has not made the final decision, but officials said he was seriously considering authorizing a strike. I just wouldn't be shocked if we do that at this point. And this is the part that I don't quite understand. I'll tell you what I'm saying. The president has been presented with a range of options, including strikes on non-military sites in Tehran. Non-military sites. So you can read that anyway, but and the way they describe it as new options. So, if I had to guess on this kind of stuff, I'd be saying probably Netanyahu is meeting with them and say, hey, I got some new targets for you. Go after these kind of things. So, and this is what it's at. It's being reported right now. They want to bomb Iran, basically. Asked about the planning for the potential strikes, the White House referred to Mr. Trump's public comments and social media posts in recent days. Now, if you process how crazy this crap is, basically you hear these reports and rumors, and literally they report on Fox News that we're talking about attacking Iran. You call them up, and they're like, okay, give me some details. Like, what are we doing here? And then they'll say, well, just look at Trump's social media posts. Look at what he posts on Twitter or whatever. And we post a bunch of random crap there. And so, like, basically our foreign policy and our, the whole thing that we're doing right now is basically run by some dude who's just basically on the toilet tweeting at 3 a.m. in the morning, talking about attacking whatever countries and say, oh, they're looking for freedom. That's how crazy our news is right now. And, on top of that, and then we got to talk about the Greenland stuff. It's like, it's hard to keep track of all this stuff because the last video we talked about, he was announcing attacking Mexico. So the Greenland situation is Trump's going to claim that we have to take Greenland because it's under threat from Russia and China. And so then Britain is now meeting with France and Germany, and they're all talking about sending troops to Greenland. This is actually our news. It's just crazy. And I want to hear from friends in our community because we have an international channel here. If you're in Britain, France, or Germany, is this something that you guys are taking seriously? Are you guys sending troops to Greenland? It says Britain is in talks with European allies about deploying military force to Greenland in an effort to dissuade Donald Trump from seizing the Arctic island. So basically what I think it is that if Trump says Greenland's under threat, the idea there would be Britain, France, and Germany send troops there, and they can say, okay, we'll protect it. We got it. Because I guess if they don't send troops, then Trump will say, well, I'm the only one who can protect it because we got the greatest military in the whole world, right? That's why the random tweets that he puts out, just like, you have to put all the connections together. But basically, the whole thing's insane, and he wants to bankrupt the country remember, he wants to up the military budget by 50%. And then you have this, and I know it's a lot to go through. I just want to go through everything, guys, because when you put it all together, hopefully it makes sense. Basically, it shows that many Republicans, not necessarily all of them, many, because remember the senators just voted against him regarding the Venezuela thing, but other ones won't speak out. Okay, so here's an example. It's from the Washington Post. 2 congressmen watched an ICE shooting video. Only one is sure of what he saw. Okay, so we're talking about the Renee Good thing. You show them the video, like, what do you think about said thing? And then we give you the difference between the senators. So one is Democrat, one's Republican. And so here's, for example, Eric Swalwell, this would be the Democrat. I saw a murder, okay? The Democratic representative from California had just watched a video of the ICE shooting a woman dead in her car, okay? Then we show it to someone else. Standing on the House steps after vote 57 minutes later, Republican Representative Mike Flood of Nebraska watched the same footage. So he basically just showed the video to both people. Democrat says, I saw murder. What does the Republican say? He said he could not be sure of what he saw. Quote, I couldn't really see what was happening there. And that's kind of the game that they play. This is some of these Republicans here. And you could argue many of the Republicans, most or whatever, but they'll just pretend like, oh, I didn't hear the question. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I don't know what I saw, right? They're basically cowards. Because there's a difference here, right? So you could be a liar and you say, oh, no one died, everything's fine, right? Or you could be a coward and be like, you kind of know what that, I mean, it's literally just saw the video and then just pretend, oh, I don't know what that is, right? It's frustrating, but I just want you guys to know that not everyone's a coward out there. Right now, people are protesting in the USA. They're making their voices heard. Thousands protest ICE presence in Minneapolis and cities nationwide, and it was all over the country. I want to show you some of the protest signs that are coming out. And it's important just to see what people are saying, just regular people on the ground. Like some people are saying ICE out for good, DHS lies, communities pro-immigrant, all are welcome. Here's some more. And again, these are just various photos around. Can't spell cowardness without ICE. ICE out now. In dark times, should time the stars go out? Just reading the various signs here. ICE out of MPLS. And again, just know that you're not alone, guys. I look at this stuff every day and I'm just like, God, Trump is just insane. And a lot of cowards in the Republicans. Gotta get rid of these people. This is in Portland. This is my hometown, so it was a pretty good showing there on the protest. In Houston, someone had a sign here. There's slime in the ice machine. That's a pretty good one. Here's some more. This will be downtown Houston, so in Texas. Show us the files, right? Someone has Princess Leia, which would be essentially the rebellion. We can do it. No one is illegal on stolen land, right? Here's another one. This is pretty good. This would be San Antonio, again, Texas. Trump's lies matter. Another one. Whatever you allow your government to do to others, it will eventually do to you. And it's important to share different messages because everyone's going to have a certain thing that gets through to them. And I know that, again, many people in the community say, hey, I have a MAGA mom or a dad or an uncle or, friend. And it's like, you can't communicate with these people and you feel really, really frustrated. I know people say this to the community and there's going to be, there's going to be a red line for some of these people. I know that Fox News is like pumping out, oh guys, we got to attack Iran now. Great. Oh, great. Let's attack Syria. Oh, let's go for Mexico. But I mean, do you think people are really going to go for this World War kind of stuff? And they say World War because that's literally what we're setting up for, like attacking multiple countries. And then was it Britain, Germany, and France are talking about sending troops to Greenland. That's how crazy our world is right now. This is in Seattle, some of the signs. We the people say no kings, no dictators. Hands off other people's countries. That's a really good sign. And I also saw this one as an interesting one. American Horror Story starring Donald Trump as, right, SH, and then you have the It poster essentially. So that's what's going on. Trump is really, really angry. And again, if you're in Venezuela, the American government is telling you to get out. And that also basically blows a hole in Trump's, plan to send all the oil companies down there. Like recently, it was the CEO of Exxon was saying it's just uninvestable because you can't necessarily guarantee security. Now they're telling Americans all to get out. This whole thing is absolutely crazy. So that's my thoughts on this. I'd like to hear yours, and I'll catch you all in the next video.